Shin Ultraman has leaked online twice way before its international but most likely limited theatrical rollout. You're probably asking, how does a movie leak twice? I'll get into that in a minute, as well as who may be to blame for such turn of events.
It was an accident?
Around the first week of October 2022, a digital copy of Shin Ultraman leaked online. However, it was a poor quality 240p resolution rip. I managed to find that leak on Kiss Asian and watched the movie from there. However, it seems that the movie has leaked again, but with a more high quality HD version. I found the first leak on October 6, 2022, a day after its West Coast premiere at the American Cinematheque.
Coincidence? I think not!
So it could be possible the film leaked from there. But who's really to blame? I point my fingers at Toho and Tsuburaya Productions Company, or TPC for short. On July 22, 2016, days before the red carpet premiere and nationwide Japanese release of Shin Godzilla, Funimation announced that they had secured the North American rights to Shin Godzilla. Funimation would later release that film in limited theaters in October 2016, 3 months after its Japanese release. Shin Ultraman has not received that same treatment. Instead, it's only been screening at film festivals in North America. Shin Godzilla did not leak online until months after its international releases. I was discussing this issue with Kaiju Noir, and he believes Toho and TPC went with the film festival route so the film could be perceived as prestigious and boost its marketing. Speaking of marketing, I am legally obligated to say, buy Kaiju Noir's comic. Anyways, instead of finding an international buyer before its Japanese release, they waited until September to take action. If I'm interpreting this article correctly, they didn't even sell the film to a distributor. They sold the international sales rights to someone who will sell the film to a distributor on behalf of Toho and TPC. One could argue that COVID was a factor for failing to find a buyer in time, but I call bullshit. Kaiju Noir, again, by his monkey fucking bullshit comic, he pointed out to me that the recent Dragon Ball and Gundam movies were released in Japan after Shin Ultraman, but Crunchyroll acquired both films and released them in North American theaters in August and September, way before Shin Ultraman was released across North America. Whoever is to blame for fumbling Shin Ultraman's international release, which led to the leak, is up for debate, but all signs point to Toho and TPC, especially since they clearly did not take strict measures to protect the hard drives they sent out to theaters with anti-piracy technology. It would have been more financially beneficial if they sold Shin Ultraman to Crunchyroll, Funimation, Prime Video, or even Netflix. Crunchyroll would have released the film in theaters within a couple months. Funimation would have likely released it within 3 months like they did with Shin Godzilla, and they already have a good rapport with Toho. Prime Video acquired the final Evangelion film and released it on their streaming site months after its Japanese release. Netflix is always hungry for more content, and TPC already has a partnership with Netflix for Ultraman content. They have the anime series and the upcoming animated Netflix film. Selling Shin Ultraman to Netflix would have prevented the leak, and it would have further exposed the franchise to a wider audience. But does it all matter?
Does it matter?
Yes, it does. It's now been confirmed that Shin Ultraman is coming to Amazon Prime, but in Japan only. But that's not going to stop international fans from getting a VPN and ripping another HD version. As it stands, Toho and TPC messed up. They prioritized the wrong release strategy, which gave someone the opportunity to leak the film before its wide international theatrical release. Hopefully, Toei learns from Toho's and TPC's mistakes when it's time to release Shin Kamen Rider and give that film the proper international release it deserves before it leaks.